And many are learning from this connection as well, whether you guys are aware of it or not. You guys are being watched. The divine feminine is the epitome of this beautiful change that many are observing about the divine masculines at this time. And he doesn't even care about that. He's just so focused on, again. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well and that you guys enjoyed your weekend. So I am back with another reading here for you, and it's a synchronistic reading because I actually was guided specifically to the Three of Pentacles and the Star card in the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And the energy is just a continuance of the last few readings on the channel. The masculines are coming forward and understanding their roles as divine masculines. And I feel it's more so a personal transformation. They're actually spending a lot of time alone in the hermit energy, and they are moving themselves out of the hanged man because they're gaining a lot of perspective now, and they just want to catch their balance a little bit here but still remain in their own space. And a lot of this protective energy, being accountable, being responsible, wanting to bring about positive change, it really is coming from the idea that they are growing and they're ascending. And you know, many of them understand the connection with the divine feminine from a much deeper place. And I'm getting the sense that when many of you do reconnect with your masculine, you're going to be, you know, very taken back in terms of the level of growth and just like the different type of person that you're going to be seeing. And now the Three of Pentacles I was actually guided to because of the magic of the pots on the wall here. So I was watching an episode of Berenstain Bears with my son this morning, and there was those pots on the background as the characters in the show were talking in the kitchen. And right away, this card came to my head. And the episode was called The Wishing Star. So I kind of chuckled because I'm like, okay, I have to pair this with the star card here. Now, the major messages behind these two cards is reciprocation, giving and receiving love, recognizing this union between them as very loving and divine, and it's here to fill their cups. It's here to, you know, tick off the things on each other's lists in terms of your dream come true when it comes to attracting true love. Because the deeper understanding that I'm getting is that by allowing this love in, by the masculines allowing themselves to receive the feminine's love without obligations, without expectations or outcomes, they're finding that you know, it's beginning to feel like a very meaningful experience here on earth. They want to do so much more than protect and love and be there for the divine feminines. They want to do that for their community is what I'm getting. And I think that that is a beautiful shift for many of them because it's taken them out of the autopilot in terms of just working and making money and like just doing all of these sort of automatic things, like very routine things. They're feeling a little bit more creative now, and they want to spread their wings because those masculines that are on a twin flame journey, they have had an epiphany, the awakening of the divine masculine in terms of just like protecting, wanting to do more, providing for their community. So a lot of your masculines might be very drawn to getting creative projects off the ground and finding a way to use the proceeds towards like charity or just helping on a collective level. Like some of them might be very guided to do something in order to assist with like humanitarianism is what I get. And I don't know who that's going to resonate for, but you know, a lot of the awakenings and epiphanies that they've been having in their alone space, going through this own journey on their own, it brings them right back to the divine feminine. And I wanted to kind of dig into a reading a little bit and get clear on how it is he's feeling for her romantically, because I feel like he's had all of this time and all of this space to be alone, and the feminine has, you know, willingly allowed it. I feel like in his past, it was very confusing trying to navigate this twin flame experience because he took a lot of actions. Again, I'm getting this like automatic being on autopilot and trying to navigate his divine feminine on autopilot. And now he's starting to see that like without her presence, because I feel like the divine feminines have been extremely busy, along the same lines as the masculines, wanting to perfect some sort of craft or some sort of art, so that they can, provide for themselves and take care of their families. And like for the divine feminines, like she's starting to see that like the more she can stand on her own 2 feet, the more she can help and do for others and be of service. So she's almost taken this balance within her where she just really wants to be a warrior of the earth, this woman warrior of the earth, where she can nurture and protect and take care of and provide. But then there is this masculine presence in her life that, really looks over that mission. So he's starting to see like how big his role is what I'm getting. Do you see what I mean? Like if what I'm getting to also is that many of you are going through these shifts and transformations, and a lot of you are feeling very balanced. You've learned so much about the runner, the chaser, giving and taking, which is what the Three of Pentacles here is trying to represent. Coming together and understanding and realizing that masculines, you're only going to get as much from her as you give. And that's been that block or that wall that he's been hitting. And now he's seeing that, going about this journey from a deeper sense here, which is why he's gone inwards. He needed to explore himself. He needed to find out how it is he was really feeling without any outside influences. So really, guys, like when I say your masculines have been in like the hermit mode or the hangman position, they've been isolating themselves away from a lot of people. They're just not the same. And like this time alone in this space is guided. Like it feels very like, tower moments, questioning your identity, your place in the world type of energy. But I think that many of the feminines can say that like we've been in that place too, and it has been very scary, but continuously moving forward and having this level of acceptance towards unconditionally loving someone and just feeling more into our pain and confronting it for what it is, and moving forward, almost like that community post that I shared about the divine feminines are being talked about. Your masculines will get through this, and any masculines who are tuned in and listening, you will get through this. This is building you. This is the foundation of what it is you guys are going to be experiencing on your journeys. And I know that right now it feels very foggy. It feels very uncertain. But even when your divine feminine is busy, or she is creating or focused on her own needs and desires in this lifetime, she doesn't ever stop thinking about the manifestation of doing this whole thing with you right by her side. And I think that that's what you're starting to see, masculines, is that you want to continue living out this lifetime, but you can't go on without her by your side. It's like, it just doesn't make sense to. It just doesn't make sense to you to, like, I see the masculines going, what the hell am I really doing? So there's this like sense of preparation, which is why I feel like he's holding her, the magic of the pots, like coming home, no expectations, a lot of unconditional love, letting love take you guys to new levels, to new heights. And many are learning from this connection as well, whether you guys are aware of it or not. You guys are being watched. The divine feminine is the epitome of this beautiful change that many are observing about the divine masculines at this time. And he doesn't even care about that. He's just so focused on, again, coming home. But like, it's that same energy I was talking about, where it's like he wants to protect her and oversee her, even though she's this warrior. He's like, I'll show you who the real warrior is. And like that strength he wants to embody. Like he wants to be able to pick up this, tender little warrior of his and really give her that strength to lean on. While she's out there just trying to nurture the world. So you can really see the level of confidence and strength and, like level of accountability that is bestowed upon the masculines when they start gaining that awakening, endless dreams of their feminine, feeling this attachment to this love, and then this love leading them to a place of wanting to find themselves. Asking themselves, who they really are. And she is certainly his wish come true. Like he's definitely attracted to this divine feminine like no other. This card is about, the final act, them really deciding what it is they want, being mature about it, being adults about it, I think for the first time. And I feel like that being adults about it comment came from not living in autopilot and like really stepping out of having things done for you type of thing, like having thinking done for you, having people put their input and you just follow along. It's like they're stepping out of that and they are thinking for themselves. They're forming their own opinions. They're forming their own perspectives and aspects about this journey that make sense to them. And what I get a lot of the masculines too are saying is, I don't give a shit if this doesn't make sense to you, because you're not the one who has her on your brain and in your heart 25/8, 24/7. Yeah, 25/8. If that makes sense for you guys, you know what I mean? It's like you guys are connected, and that's what I feel through these cards, and why I was drawn to it. You know, wishes being fulfilled. Like finally you guys are actually seeing why you met this person, why you were attracted to them, why this all had to unfold the way it did. I have the Fairy Tarot here and the Romance Angels deck. So I'm going to get a few additional messages around the Three of Pentacles and the Star card. You know, what is the masculine romantically wanting with the feminine at this time? Even if there's separation, there's silence. At this point, we're aware that separation and silence is orchestrated in order to help us grow during parts of the journey where we need to learn on an individual basis. And not be influenced by anyone else other than ourselves. And when we come out of that space, you know, there is a lot of high romantic feelings felt within the masculine's heart, because I feel like them wanting to like bring this union together in the physical, they're going to be the ones to push for that, divine feminines. Like if you guys are like meeting up in the physical and really like connecting physically, intimately, like they're really going to push that, because I feel like for many of your masculines, that's really going to be the way that he shows you his love. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's see here. All right. Okay, so I have two cards here coming up. Let go of control issues and release your ex. Okay, so for many of you, this has been a huge awakening. Okay, and like I can tell that many are on this wave as well, who are just drawn to this reading because the time has come to clear your energy. And I feel like the Justice card here is what I get. For many of you, you're having this awakening that being on this journey with your counterpart, with your twin flame, it's not something to be taken lightly. A lot of you can't turn back time, and a lot of you cannot turn off what you feel. It's not a switch. Love is not a switch. Falling in love is something that has to be experienced and felt, and you can't run from it. And the more you run from it, you know, the more it's going to show up in your reality. And I feel like for many of you, the truth of the connection is now coming out, and a lot of honest conversations need to be had. And many of you are just on the brink of that. You're on the verge of, you know, your breaking point is what I get. Like a lot of information just wanting to divulge itself and come out. And for many of you, you can feel it. You've seen the signs. You've had the dreams. You've had the visions, the epiphanies, the premonitions of it all unfolding. And a lot of what I get with this card is the word action. Okay, so taking action, and also bringing up and speaking up about things that you need to at this time in order to move your connection forward. Let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. So at this time, like if many of you are really heavily putting timelines on things, you catch yourself asking like, when is my masculine going to do this? When am I going to do that? It's a good time to let go of control issues and be in the moment, because trying to ask about timelines, it's very masculine energy, because it's coming from a place of being very calculated and strategic. And many of the feminines are starting to see that we don't have to live in this energetically masculine template. We can rise. Like a lot of the feminines are rising and starting to see that holding on and trying to predict and trying to see how this unfolds by, doing certain things or putting a lot of pressure. That's what I'm getting, like putting a lot of pressure on either yourself or your counterpart in order to bring this together in the physical. And if it doesn't happen, it's like you guys get triggered, you blow your tops, and you repeat old patterns of like anger, resentment, the ghosting. If he's ghosting, you're ghosting too, and you're the waiting around game and like that chess kind of thing, right? And many of the divine feminines are awakening and moving forward because we've been there in the whole release your ex card, releasing past situations. Also, too, my spiritual team said releasing your ex could also mean, guys, releasing jobs that you said that you were going to get out of, and you're still there because it's just not fulfilling in any way, and you can feel this itch to do something new or create something new, but you still haven't released that situation that is weighing you down in some way. It can be living in a space that is just not fulfilling energetically for you. Maybe venturing out on your own and creating like a safe space of your own to live in might be like something that you need to do just in order to experience like your own inner thoughts, yourself, what it is you want to do in this world, what mark you want to leave. Many of you with this release your ex here, it can't only be like a person, or it won't only be a person. It might very well be like a situation that you keep saying, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change this. And then you don't. It's like a stagnant relationship you have with your job, you know what I mean? Or a stagnant relationship you have with your environment. And some type of change is needing to happen, but the only way that can happen is if you take the action. You've got to take the action, and you have to do it boldly. Letting go of control issues mean letting go of the fear, letting go of the what ifs and the pros and cons lists and all of these things, and have more faith in the universe. Because by having faith in the universe and having faith in yourself, what's going to happen is it won't matter what kind of situation you're faced with. You could be faced with all those cons on your list and you're going to knock them out of the park. Why? Because you've decided that the change that is about to occur is better than staying stagnant. Okay. Now back to the romance here. I don't know why all those heavy messages came out around these, but maybe it's just what's needed in order to bring about your true fulfillment of what it is you guys have been fantasizing about very heavily. It's snowballing towards you guys because both of you are putting such heavy emphasis and thought into what it is you want, right? And by doing that, the feminine is finally doing her own thing, and it's pushing the masculine to do that too. And then both of them are back at this space of feeling the connection very heavily again. So flirt and give your relationship a chance is a perfect way to really end, these romance cards off here, because that's the messages that your masculines have been getting. That's that message that says, what the heck am I doing without her by my side, without her in my life? Because I think that for them too, it's like they know that by giving this a chance, there's only peace to be experienced. Many of your masculines could spend all day talking to you, flirting with you over text message until they come back home to you again. Like, you fill up their day, you make their day very bright, and vice versa. Like, the divine feminine enjoys his conversation. She enjoys giving him cozy, fuzzy little thoughts to keep him company while they're away. So, there's two geese flying in the air side by side. They're so cute. And that's exactly what it is. It's just you guys wanting to be side by side. And flirt is extend your lighthearted energy to others as well. I feel like when he comes in, it's going to be very playful like the wind, in that last reading on the channel. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is end off the reading now by just getting a few additional messages from the fairy tarot because of that playful energy. The divine feminines are definitely having a good time, really enjoying themselves. They're having a lot of gratitude for the space that they're in. That energy of gratitude is attracting a lot of abundance, and that's why you guys aren't feeling like the chaser energy, the worry, the fear, the doubt, because it's actually not part of the high vibration and frequency that you guys are feeling about yourselves. So the more love we have inside of us, the more we can pour out, and lower energies or lower vibrations can't get in. So many of you are experiencing, certain old cycles that want to creep up into your connection. Like all of a sudden you bond with your masculine and he ghosts you, and then you guys are like, okay, cool, I'll see you later, I've got something to do. And it feels really, really good, because what you're doing is you are loving yourself so much that you trust in the good. It's like, if he ghosts you, it's got to be for an important reason. I mean, I'm not even sure. That's for him to figure out. You're no longer putting yourself out on the line here to be accountable for his thoughts and his actions, Divine Feminine. Many of you are saying to yourself, you're pulling a Chuck Norris, you're like, you know what? It's not me, it's you. And you try to get out of a relationship, you're like, you know what? It's not you, it's me. I got some stuff. You're like, no, straight up, it's you, okay? It really isn't me this time. And you guys are really feeling brave about it and standing your ground, feeling your self-worth. And in turn, many of the masculines are feeling so incredibly attracted to that. So yeah, it's putting them, the attraction that they feel, it's like coming off very sexual, wanting to again flirt with you guys. And it's giving them a lot of their confidence too, because I think that he smirks when he sees you acting very flamboyant, Divine Feminine. And I feel like many of you lost that for some time while you were going through your ascension. But many of you are experiencing that Phoenix rising, because your creativity is like pulling you guys up. And so, yeah, him watching you be very confident and just feeling very fulfilled, it's very like attractive to him. Like he really wants to just devour you. Kind of like this card here, but in this energy, it started off being very gentle because of his realizations of who you are. But let's go ahead and just get some additional messages here. What does the Divine Masculine want you to know about what he's working on at this time? Oh, there's a Tarot of Sexual Magic card in there. Did you guys see that? Oh, I'm so excited. He's like, yeah, let's just skip the fairy tarot. That's funny. Where did it go? Tell me you guys saw that and I wasn't imagining that. There is. Okay, let's just look for it. He's like, skip them fairy things and tell she what I really want. Tell the woman what I want. Oh my God, I'm so curious to see what that is. There it is. Okay, all right, we'll put the fairy tarot away and we'll get one final message. Oh, so the King of Pentacles. That's romantic. That is beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the Three of Pentacles here is like, I'm really drawn to put them together here because it's both Pentacles energy, a lot of creative flow, a lot of playful energy with the number 3. And now, it's putting the King of Pentacles energy out there, which is, again, guys, like I keep getting this energy of like accountability, protection, like I mentioned in the community post, like what it really means to be masculine. I feel the King of Pentacles is coming through here because we know the Queen of Pentacles is the Empress in action. So that's what, didn't I say a keyword was action that I felt? Many of the masculines now with the crown on there, gaining a lot of knowledge, gaining a lot of experience, being very well seasoned now, is just really starting to understand, that role of their divinity, being the protector. And you can tell too by his presence now, she's kind of feeling very vulnerable. So what I'm getting is that when many of the masculines experience that transformation of feeling that energy that the feminines are feeling right now, like Queen of Wands, like just the Empress, like you guys are feeling very alive. Like when he's ready to feel that same energy that you guys are having right now. So it's almost like we can foresee where they are during their hermiting or their time alone with the King of Pentacles here, right? Like these are the types of realizations that they're having, because the opposite of this would be someone who is very fearful to lead, someone who you can't trust or you can't count on. But now this is someone who thinks about a community. They're very thoughtful. They're not reckless with their emotions or the emotions of others. And what I get is when you guys see this, you will feel very vulnerable as well. Very taken back is what I get when he comes forward in this way. Many of your masculines might be really working out too right now. That helps them feel really grounded, to be able to think. Like I get, like for them, they may not be that all that much into meditation, but working out gets them into that place of being able to focus. So a lot of them are like turning off their earphones and music and stuff and just working out, and using, you know, the energy of being very like still and focused in that moment to think about the connection. So yeah, there we have it. Yeah, that was nice. And you know what's interesting, because I haven't used this deck in forever, guys, and to know my King of Pentacles card was missing is interesting. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I think all of the messages came together really nicely, and yeah, I really felt led. Thank you to my beautiful sister for for getting me this stand. It's about time I've had a stand, and I think she's watched a lot of videos and thought to herself, she really needs a stand so everyone can see the cards here. But yeah, the messages were really beautiful, and I'm so glad I was able to just sit down and spend time with these decks. All right, I love you guys. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can find my details in the description box. I'm on Wizio.com as Twintuitive717. And if you guys would like to hit up the crew on Patreon, we would love to have you. Shout out to my mega crew. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.